Everything is not for everybody. The more time, energy, and effort you put into people and places and things that are not for you, the more you're going to be distracted from yourself and what it is that you're meant to experience in this life. Welcome or welcome back at your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, then it means it's not in a line, ding 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 ding, which means you cannot force it. All right, as well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, ding 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 ding, we're going to be going over and discussing what is for you, what's in alignment with you, and what's not. Excuse me again, as well as the consequences of surrounding yourself with people and places and things that are not in alignment with you, with some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and certain things that you need to be aware of. So starting off with the first disclaimer, starting off with what you need to be aware of, starting off with the topic in today's title of today's video. Everything and everybody is not equally yoked, and that is okay. You have to realize that what is for you is not going to confuse you. It's not going to stress you out. It's not going to make you angry. It's not going to be overwhelming. It's not going to be difficult. It's not even going to be challenging, and it's not going to be hard. So many people and places and things make their lives so much more complicated because you're focusing on people and places and things that are not for you. And I know from experience, what has helped me along my healing journey was to realize all the people, all the places, all the mindsets that were not for me always caused me to suffer or to struggle. And let me know, have you ever been around a people or place or thing and it drained you? It made you feel insecure. It made you feel like you had to dim your light. Maybe you couldn't speak up. Maybe you had to watch what you said. Maybe you had to watch what you wore, what you did. That is a red flag. That is not for you. And until you start paying attention to the red flags, you will turn it into a circus. You will turn it into great adventures. This is not an amusement park. Your life is not a roller coaster. You don't need to be going through all these trials and tribulations once you realize what's for you and what's not. So the second disclaimer is taking the time to realize how certain people and places and things allow you to be yourself or how they make you feel. If somebody makes you feel like you have to be aggressive, assertive, you are being judged, why would you want to converse with them? If you feel like somebody is going to make you feel like you are less than them, why would you want to speak with them? If people make you feel excluded, why would you want to engage and surround yourself with them? And yes, I need to clap per syllable, because until you take the time to realize that certain people and certain things are not for you, you are going to waste your time. And when you waste your time, you start to have resentment toward yourself in them. You start to become angry and bitter and sad and frustrated. And this is when you start to psychologically self-destruct and sabotage yourself and everybody else moving forward. Everything and everybody is not going to be in alignment with each other, and it's okay. And that's the third thing. The reason why it's okay is because there's everything for everybody. Until people learn to stay in their lane and surround themselves with people who invite them and welcome them and who allow them to take up space and allow them to be them, you are going to be distracted. You cannot worry about things that are not helping you be the person that you want to be. So the fourth disclaimer is that when you are in alignment with something, you should feel confident. You should feel safe. You should feel secure. If you don't feel confident, you don't feel safe, you don't feel secure, you need to ask yourself why. You need to stop trying to sweep things underneath the rug. You need to stop making excuses for people once they have shown you that this is not going to work. Because speaking from experience, the longer you sit in situations, the longer you're going to suffer. Every situation, every single situation, I'm speaking from experience, every situation, whether it was a people, place, job, environment, the longer I was staying somewhere I needed to be, the more you become uncomfortable. And me personally, I despise it. Like, there's been certain times where I've made certain decisions in my career, in my past. There were certain times where I made certain decisions in my education. There were certain times where I was around certain communities. And the entire time, my ancestors, God and the universe, take what resonates, leave the rest, because I'm not here to force religion or spirituality, was like, Ty, wake up. Like, you're not meant to be here. You are bigger than the plot sometimes. This doesn't mean that the people and the places and things and the communities that I wasn't in alignment with were less than me, or that I was greater than them, or I was superior than them. It's just, it wasn't going to work. And when you try to focus or surround yourself or have relationships or force relationships that are not meant to be, it's always going to be tension. It's always going to be confusion. And that's where it was. Like, there were places in my times where I knew, like, okay, I'm not meant to be here long term, because it was too much. I don't want to be around people who stress me out. I don't want to have conversations with people who don't have the emotional capacity to comprehend what I'm saying. I don't want to have conversations with people who are not emotionally intelligent. I don't want to work with people who don't like making money, who are about their business, who are late. You know what I'm saying? Who don't have a certain level of professionalism. I don't want to be in a relationship with a man who's insecure, who's in competition, who makes me feel bad about me being me. I don't want to be friends with women who constantly compare themselves and talk down on her. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to be related to people who pick and choose. Like, I don't want that. You are allowed to want the things that you want. You're allowed to have desires, but once you make up in your mind that you're going to be a certain type of way, stand on it. And that's the first recommendation. In order for you to receive the things that are for you, you have to be intentional. Once I became more intentional as I grown older about the company I kept, the people I was in relationship with, the people I was working with, the people I had to network with, the more and more I was able to receive the things that I wanted. You are going to struggle. You're going to struggle if you don't cut off certain people, places, and things. And it doesn't matter. If people really wanted you to be in their life, they will meet you where they are. If certain family members want to be in a relationship with you and they're toxic, they're narcissistic, they're going to go to therapy with you. They're going to apologize. They're going to work on themselves. If certain men or certain women are wanting to be in a relationship with you, you guys are going to work on you guys' flaws. You guys are going to work on your childhood traumas. You guys are going to be patient. You're not going to be dismissive. You're not going to be quick to be angry. You're not going to be abusive, whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically, or financially. You shouldn't be around people who have to try to manipulate you or control you or distract you. People who bring out the worst in you are not in alignment with you. So if you have to yell at people, if you have to curse at people, if you have to put your hands on other people just to have a conversation, that's not for you. That's not healthy. And over here, I'm not here to condone it. I don't make excuses. Why am I in a relationship with a man and he's putting his hands on me, or he's yelling at me, or my father has taught me certain things, and if he was alive today, he probably would have whipped my butt with some of the people and theirs, to be honest. If like he have seen, like, why are you, and like I said, I realized quickly, like with certain people, it was a no. I'm not an option, and I made a video talking about that. So the second reminder when you know something is for you is not, is sticking to what it is that you like. Once you realize that certain people and places and things are not in alignment with you, because you know what's for you. You know what you like, you know what you don't like. And if you don't, that's going to be the third recommendation. But once you figure out what's for you, what's not, you need to focus on the things that make you feel good. You need to focus on the things that make your vibration high. People, especially on the internet, love to focus on people and places and things that have nothing to do with them. And I'm being honest with you guys. You don't have to be here. Like, if you don't like positivity, if you don't like healing, if you don't like honesty, if you don't like transparency, if you don't like to be held accountable, don't be here. Don't watch. Now, of course, are people going to stop watching? No. They're nosy. They have nothing better to do. They're going to waste their life. If you're not here to comment, if you're not here to engage, nobody's telling you to be here. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, nobody asks you to. If you don't like what is being said, create your own channel. Do you. That's the problem. Stop focusing on people and places and things that are not for you. If somebody says something that you don't like and they're not saying it directly to you and it's not hurting or harming you, people are going to have opinions. Do I agree with everybody on social media? No. Do you see me in people's comment sections disagreeing with them about what they said? No. Why? Because it's a waste of energy. For example, I don't like Taco Bell. Whoop-de-doo. I'm allowed to not like Taco Bell, excuse me. There are people in this world who eat Taco Bell. I'm not going back and forth about why I don't like Taco Bell, especially if you're not somebody that I care about. And that's another thing. Everybody doesn't always need your full undivided attention. If I'm not your friend, I'm not explaining myself onto why I don't like Taco Bell. If you don't know me personally, I don't have to do that. You don't owe anybody anything. There are so many people who feel entitled. Stop feeling entitled to people you don't know, especially on the internet. It's weird, especially as a grown adult. Y'all don't be grown, y'all be immature, y'all are annoying, and it needs to be said. This is my account. You don't like it? Like I said, bounce. Get to stepping in my Martin voice. Because that's the problem. You will distract yourself from the opportunities, from the people and places and things that are for you. When you are you, you receive the things that are for you. The people who get my messages, they don't have a problem with my tone. They don't have a problem with my delivery. If you have a problem with my tone, you have a problem with my delivery, guess what? The message is not for you. You're not my target audience. And that's okay, because there's somebody who's out there that is. Stop worrying about people, places, and things who don't pour into you. Stop worrying about people and places and things who don't know you. That's another reason why I'm not explaining myself. If you don't like something, you don't have to like it. But once you say you don't like something, leave it alone. Leave it alone. If somebody says they don't like you, they don't have to. You didn't ask them to. When you like yourself, you love yourself, you focus on the people that are for you. Same thing. Because everyone's not going to be in alignment with me, I don't surround myself with these people. I'm not responding to the comments. I'm not going, like I said, babe, you're not okay. You're not mentally stable. You are mentally challenged. And this is why I make these videos. Shout out to Dr. Umar. Like, I'm not a bully. I'm not going to be mean. But it's like, I don't respect people like that. I don't respect people who surround themselves with people, places, and things when they know it's not for you. If you know you have conversations with people and they're committed to misunderstanding you, stop speaking to them. If you know, like I said, people don't even have the emotional capacity to comprehend what is being said, stop conversing with them. If you know that when you go into a room and people feel the need to talk badly about you, you need to remove yourself. Now, of course, if you're in like a professional setting like work, or if you have to go to school with certain people, or you're in relationships, or you're in friends and families with certain people in your community, this is your confirmation that you're not meant to be there forever. And you're not. There were times, like I said, where majority of my education, I was in environments and it was not giving what it's supposed to give. And I felt so uncomfortable until I was able to finally leave, and I have not looked back since, and I don't plan on it. When you know you are doing what you need to do and people have a problem with you, that's on them. You're allowed to like what you like. You're allowed to not like the things that you don't like. Like I said, I don't like Taco Bell. Just because I don't like Taco Bell doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and talk badly about Taco Bell. Like I said, unless I'm having conversations with people I actually like or actually know, then of course. But if not, me saying that I don't like Taco Bell is still going to be in business. Taco Bell's not going to lose money just because I said that I don't like Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I'm having to repeat it so much is because I'm giving you guys an example. Once you get it, go about your business. So the fourth recommendation is knowing what you like and what you don't like on your notes in the comment section. What do you like? What don't you like? If you need to, justify, have a reason. Once you've made up in your mind that you like these videos, you're going to continue to watch. Once you make up in your mind you don't like these videos, you're not going to continue to watch. I recommend blocking and unfollowing, because if not, what you focus on grows. People be like, oh, I don't like such and such, but you know everything that they say and do. I don't like how her hair looks. I don't like her, but that's not important. What you focus on grows. I need you to remember that. You are not going to be able to align yourself with the people and the places and the things that you want to experience if you're focused on people and places and things that are not for you. If you know you don't like Taco Bell, don't worry about Taco Bell. You can skip. You don't always have to say certain things. And that's what a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people did not have people that love them and pour into them, because that's why people are miserable. Some people did not have people that poured into them and loved them. I love myself, so I've never been miserable, but I've also had a parent who I talk about who is deceased, who poured into me. No right from wrong. Good. Everything is not always going to be for you, and that's okay. You being quote unquote rejected from something is protection. You think that you want to be in relationships, you think you want to have certain opportunities, you think you want to be in certain environments. Those things are not going to allow you to be you. The times where I had to be in certain environments based off my education, I was not able to be myself. I did not feel safe. And that's one of my biggest things. If I don't feel safe, I'm not going to continue to surround myself with certain people, places, and things. I don't play about that. People lose their life. Like Selena, Takeoff, PNB Rock. People are crazy. There are people in this world who have no problem sabotaging you and setting you up. And I've experienced that. I've had people try to do a lot of things to me because I was around people and places and things that weren't for me. And like I said, once I was able to identify that these people had ulterior motives, or they were in parasocial relationships, or they were envious, or they were just weirdos, you have to remove yourself. It's about safety and, most importantly, respect. what's for you doesn't stress you out. Like, the people I'm meant to be with now at the age of 29, they're not stressing me out. When I have conversations with people and I know more than them, they don't get offended. They don't say things like, oh, you think you know everything. No, babe, I only know what I know. I'm just a multifaceted person. And sorry, you haven't lived enough life to experience. Same thing with people I meet. When they know things more than me, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. You know how ignorant that is? Like I said, if you're my age, if you're 30 years old and older, be for real. Now, if you're younger than the age of 30, it's like, okay, you have some growing up to do. But I don't expect anybody younger than 25 to be watching this. And if you happen to be like 18 to 25, make sure you have parental provision on here. Because it's like adults who carry themselves with a certain type of way. We don't have time for that. Okay, like I said, my content on this account is for the mature audience. So if you're not mature, once again, if you're not mature, you're not going to be in alignment. And that's another thing. You don't have to force people and places and things to be for you. All the people who felt like I was doing the most, they did not do anything. You know how people be like, you do the most? And people say, well, you don't do enough. They didn't do anything, so they couldn't have done enough. It is what it is. Like, it's not a competition. It's not a comparison. It's not about belittling people. It's not about being arrogant. It's not even about being full of yourself. If somebody thinks you're full of yourself because you like what you like, okay, and why are you here? Why do you want to watch people who are full of themselves? If you don't like how somebody looks, nobody's telling you to look or pay attention to them or hyper focus on those things, especially if you're not willing to acknowledge that you're inspired. If you know you're inspired by somebody, just say that. If not, be weird, be insecure. They don't care. So remember that. If what you want is making you question yourself or making you doubt yourself or making you have to not be yourself or shrink yourself, why would you want to be there? You don't have to. A lot of times people stay in relationships with people, places, and things because they're so insecure. They have so much low self-esteem, and it's like, you're settling. I'm never going to settle in my life. I don't care how long it takes me to get somewhere, and I don't care what I need to do to get there. If I want something, I'm allowed to align myself with it, and I don't care about how anybody feels. Like I said, if people don't finance you, feed you, or pour into you, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Like, you have no purpose and you have no respect for yourself. Stop disrespecting yourself and make sure you guys align yourself with the things that are for you and what's not. The world's not going to stop just because people don't like you or agree with you. You're not always going to agree with people sometimes. Like me making that comment about Taco Bell. Some of you guys may like Taco Bell. Okay, and that's good for you. Eat Taco Bell. I'm not going to tell you not to eat Taco Bell just because I don't eat Taco Bell. Because if I didn't like something, I would want the same respect. Or if I like something, that you don't like, I would want the same respect. Just be respectful. It's okay to disagree with people. It's okay to have differences, but you don't have to argue. You don't have to talk down to people. You don't have to make people feel bad. But surrounding yourself with people and places and things that you know who don't allow you to be seen, safe, or heard, or allow you to take up space without it being a competition or hostile, why would you want to be around them? Like, once I realized there were a lot of like hostile people, a lot of people in like these one-sided relationships, these competitions, once I realized a lot of people like could not meet me where I was, like I just removed myself. And that's it, that's all. Like, everything is not always going to be for everybody. Go where you are celebrated. Go where you are welcome. Go where you are invited, and you'll know. So your homework assignment is to figure out what you like and to figure out what you don't. Moving forward, after watching this video, watch and focus on the things that you like. Stop focusing on people and places and things that are not for you, because it's only going to distract you. Make sure you guys are following me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. And you guys, I keep picking my lip because I put on this lip gloss and it's like peeling. I don't like this. I'm about to wipe this off and end off the video. Follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. Head to my Instagram and on my TikTok. I will be going live answering you guys' questions in real time. And if you want me to turn on my websites for you guys to book your service and your session, put the word website in the description down below. But make sure you're surrounding yourself with the people and places and things that are for you, okay? I love you. You're loved. Until next time, peace.